Good morning. Good morning, Quinnipiac. We have an amazing show for you today. We have a movie review, some odd news, and we're going to show you how to make a quick and easy treat. So stick around. You won't want to miss it. Now, do you want to?
Hello, everybody. I'm Yennaco.
And I'm Andrew Bouchahine. Welcome to the morning after.
Woo. So, Andrew, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was pretty good. It was open house, as you know.
It was crazy, I heard.
Yeah, it was. I work in the admissions office as a tour guide, so we had a lot of people here. But yeah, it was a good day. We didn't have any problems, so it went smoothly. But there was a ton of people, like almost double than what we assumed were coming.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was walking around while it was happening, and there were just people everywhere.
Everywhere.
You couldn't escape them.
Yeah, I got to escape them because I got assigned York Hill after 11:30 till 4:30.
Oh, that's good.
So nobody went up to York Hill, so I was off for a while, but it was nice. Also this weekend, sorority recruitment.
Yeah, it was a big weekend.
Yes, it was. I'm in a fraternity, so we had our recruitment too, but it wasn't as in your face as
yeah,
the
I feel like I
sorority
heard way
recruitments.
more about sorority recruitment than fraternity recruitment. I can speak.
Yeah, like fraternity recruitment's more private, like with the organization. Sorority recruitment's like a school-wide thing, so that's why it's like out in the quad and over there and everything. So
that makes sense.
But yeah, very, very spirited little girls we have.
Well, speaking of spirit, we have a fun topic about a bobcat. A woman in, I want to say, I think New Jersey, owns this bobcat.
Jersey.
It's such a great story for Quinnipiac. Anyway, she owns this bobcat, so she did her entire house recently to accommodate this bobcat to live with it.
That seems like a really dumb decision.
Right? Like, that is a wild animal.
That is not a pet.
At one point, it's going to turn on you, and things are going to get worse.
That reminds me of The Hangover with like the guy with the pet lion. Like, why?
It was a tiger.
Oh, it was a tiger?
The tiger song.
Oh, right, it was a tiger.
On,
My bad.
You got it.
It was a giant cat, basically, that you should not have in your house.
I mean, a bobcat's still smaller than a tiger.
But yeah, it's still a big cat with nails and sharp teeth.
It is. It's huge. It's an animal. It's not a house pet.
No, it's definitely not a house pet.
I want to know how she redid her whole house.
I don't.
Anyways,
that's a topic for a different time.
Yes. So let's throw it to Sarah with this week's weather.
I'm Sara Pizzuto with this week's weather forecast. The weather ahead looks great, so be sure to stay out on the quad and enjoy the last warm days of the year. Today will be mostly sunny with a high of 72 degrees and a low of 45. Tomorrow, the sun will stay out and there will be temperatures in the low 70s. On Wednesday, bring out your jackets in the morning because it may be cold. There will be a high of 69 degrees and a low of 45 degrees. On Thursday, the sun will go back out and there will be temperatures in the high 70s. The clouds will roll in on Friday and there will be a high of 75 degrees and a low of 49 degrees. The weekend ahead looks great with mostly sunny skies on Saturday and a high of 75 degrees. The sun will remain out on Sunday with temperatures in the low 70s. That's it for this week's weather. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sarah. So, interesting story this weekend that I saw. So in Australia, there's this goldfish that had a brain tumor. And, you know, most people, when you think, oh, your goldfish has a tumor, like, it's probably going to die. No, these people had found a vet that would do surgery to remove the goldfish's tumor. And he survived. It was crazy. Like, well, it was one of those like koi goldfish. So it was a larger one. It wasn't like a carnival goldfish or anything. But yeah, the goldfish had this huge tumor on its head, and it was funny because they were interviewing the owner, and he was like, "Yeah, the other fish wouldn't want to swim with him," and he was getting very depressed. I'm like, I didn't know a goldfish could get depressed, but
they're all fighting in the pond.
Yeah, and apparently they did a surgery. Took 45 minutes to remove the tumor from the goldfish's head, and now he's completely fine. They said he could live for about 20 more years. I was like, my goldfish lasted 9 months, and I thought that was a record.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Science, man.
Science,
it's amazing.
man.
Those people have a serious connection to this fish.
Yeah, but they have hundreds of them. They have the...
So you think they'd be fine if one of them died?
Yeah, right?
Right?
But I guess not. I mean, it's like I guess it's like children to them, so
To each his own.
fine? To each, yep. But good to hear that the goldfish is okay and now swimming with his friends again.
Of course.
All right. Well, speaking of odd news, so it's a really odd story.
Okay.
Yeah. But the goldfish, like.
I just don't
Yeah.
understand, like, why
Yeah.
they
Why
would do
they
that.
would
It's
like.
so weird.
Yeah. Whatever. Interesting story. Speaking of odd news, we're going to toss it to Kim now. Kim, what do you have for us?
Hey everyone, I've got some wacky stories for you this week, so let's dive right in. So it's a pretty common thing to pick up your dog's poop after it relieves itself, especially if it happens in someone else's yard, right? Well, apparently in Los Angeles, not everyone is being a good neighbor. Annie Priest, an LA street artist, is so fed up with the neighborhood dogs pooping in her yard that she is threatening to return the favor. And by return the favor, I mean she is threatening to poop in her neighbors' yards. I can't make this up, people. The Huffington Post reports that Annie put up a cardboard sign outside her yard, and the gist of that sign says that she will personally follow anyone who doesn't clean up after his or her dog back to his or her house, drop her pants, and do her business. Now, later Priest admitted that she wouldn't really do this, but the sign sure did get everyone's attention. I don't know, guys, that's weird. Switching things up, let's talk about something a little bit cleaner, like taking a bath in a local fountain with mayonnaise. Okay, so in Oklahoma City, a man was arrested for washing his hair with mayonnaise in a local fountain. Passers-by spotted the man and quickly reported his strange behavior to police, who arrested him for bathing in the fountain, which is prohibited. According to the Huffington Post, authorities say the man claimed to be using the mayo as shampoo. I mean, guys, if I'm gonna use any food as shampoo, it's gonna be chocolate or ice cream or something, not mayo. Gross. Okay, and to wrap things up, let's talk about dead people and how we, as normal, healthy-minded people, normally don't take pictures with them. We just don't. It's a dead person. That's very frightening and gross. Just know. Well, a gravedigger in Spain didn't think it was weird at all. The Spanish gravedigger, only known as Clemente, was suspended after a photo of him with an exhumed body popped up on the internet. Apparently, the dead man's grave was being lengthened, and the gravedigger decided to take a picture with the body, and with the dead man's nephew in the picture as well. I mean, I guess as long as it's all in the family, it's fine, right? I don't know. People are crazy. I just love my job. I don't know. I mean, it's great. I get to talk about weird things. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Have a great week.
Thanks, Kim. So, Kara, I'm sure you're familiar with the show 19 Kids and Counting,
Of
right?
course.
Yes. Too many children, in my opinion. Anyways.
Oh, God, way too many.
So there was this, like, rumor going around that the mom actually had a baby before she got married to her husband. I don't know their names. I've never seen the show. But she got married. She had a baby with somebody else, an interracial baby, and somehow this leaked out, and it was really, really controversial for that family.
Well,
but
it's against their religion,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Aren't they?
I don't
There's
know
some
what
kind
they-
of religion where that wouldn't be
Well, that's not okay.
okay.
But yeah, it was this huge thing. I was seeing it everywhere all over the internet, and then I looked the next day, and they're like, "Oh, it was a hoax."
I feel like stuff's always coming out about that. Like, this happened, and they're like, never mind.
Yeah,
Never
just
mind, it's
kidding. She
fine.
doesn't have a 20th kid somewhere. I mean,
20 kids, could you imagine?
no,
Oh, I'm a
No.
mother. How many kids do you have? Oh, 20.
20. I
Like,
love them
sorry,
all.
I think you added a zero there. I think you're supposed to say 2.
Yeah,
Like a normal amount of kids.
like a normal amount of kids.
How is she alive? That's my question. That's so many kids.
That is too many children.
She
How
must
do
have
they
not
have money?
slept.
That's like why they have to do a TV show, honestly, because
Right?
That's like,
Well,
oh, we have to
reality TV doesn't even make you that much money.
well, yeah, it
I mean,
doesn't. To be honest, it doesn't make you that much
No,
money.
but I mean,
maybe
anything helps.
maybe like
20 kids.
12 of those 19
insane.
kids can go to college. The others might go to trade school.
All right, guys, let's pick who's going to college because
Just
we
like
don't have
drawn
the
out
money.
of a hat. But like, how do you have time to have 19 children?
I don't know. They must not have slept in 40 years.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like thinking, like, are they having multiple kids a year?
I don't know. When did they start?
Like, I'm trying to do the
having kids?
math
When she
here.
was
Like, how
12?
old is this woman, and like, how old is she? Like,
She must have had
was
kids
she when she started?
very early,
very, very early.
and is now still having them very late.
Yeah. Well, that's just too many children, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we're gonna toss it over to Steve for a movie review. Steve, what do you have for us?
Hi, I'm Steve Bielefield. You know, the case of Sin City, A Dame to Kill For is a strange one indeed. The first film was a huge success, praised for its stylish visual design and storytelling, mixed with great acting and insanely fun action. People begged for a sequel, and they finally got it in late August of 2014, and then everyone just kind of seemed to forget about it. I mean, it got a mixed reception and it received no money at the box office, not even making back half of its budget. It just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. Why is that? Well, let's take a look. The film, like the first, follows the several characters around their own short adventures throughout the city of Sin. It is intensely stylized with a unique visual design and a cool, gritty neo-noir way of dialogue and storytelling. And it's well acted with insanely fun action. It's exactly like the first movie. So why did it fail? Well, because it's exactly like the first movie. The original Sin City was unlike any other film that came out before it. It was new and exciting, it was dark and gritty, stylish, violent, it was a lot of fun. This film, however, doesn't bring anything new to the table. It's the same movie that came out in 2005, and without anything unique to distinguish it from the first, there's no real reason to watch it. The fact that there was a near decade-long wait for what is essentially recycled material doesn't help. The hype went down in the intervening years, and some of the original charm is gone. It's hard to describe. There isn't as much enthusiasm as in the first one. There are movies where you can tell the actors are enjoying themselves in their roles, but here most of the cast just kind of seems tired and not as comfortable as they should be. There are some delightfully welcome additions to the cast, like Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Josh Brolin, whose characters are fun to watch. But the returning cast just doesn't seem very much like they want to be there. Perhaps there's no wonder why it suddenly dropped off the map. If you really, really loved the first movie, you'll like A Dame to Kill For, but for most of you, the second Sin City is just not impactful. It's not as much vigor, and it isn't as fun as the first one, and that really is its greatest sin. Pun intended, I regret nothing. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Steve. We're going to take a quick commercial break, so stay tuned.
Wake up, Quinnipiac! It's the morning after! Hey! Come on, guys, it's time for TMA! Let's go! What's the morning after? Mondays at 10, only on Q30!
Shop, located at 1010 Sherman Avenue in Hamden. Your #1 choice for Bobcat merchandise. The Bobcat shop features 2 floors of countless styles and colors. With a full 19,000 square foot screen printing and embroidery operation on the premises, Campus Customs and Simplify can design and decorate any garment or promotional product as quickly as needed. Stop in and say hi.
Welcome back, guys. So, unfortunately, we have to bring up Joan Rivers again. She died a few weeks ago, as I'm sure most of you are aware of. Mm-hmm. But now they are looking into her doctors. They're investigating because apparently the doctor who was doing her throat surgery was not like certified to operate in that hospital. Because from what I hear, they were doing some kind of throat surgery, and the doctor doing the throat surgery found some kind of like growth or something on one of her vocal cords. So they biopsied it. A different doctor came in and biopsied it.
Yep.
And then like messed that up somehow, and then just started bleeding, and her vocal cords like apparently like swelled up, and like she couldn't breathe.
Is that how she died? Well, I
that's
know
how
that's
when they put her into cardiac, or into a coma, excuse me.
Okay.
When she started going into cardiac
arrest. Yeah, she was in an induced coma.
Yes.
Oh no.
So now they're investigating that doctor, of course. Like,
well, yeah.
I personally don't think that he was trying to kill her.
No.
To be honest.
I'm sure he didn't have any intent, but
no.
Maybe he should go back for some more classes or
but,
something if you're gonna botch a surgery that bad.
You couldn't predict that an accident like that would happen, but they're all everybody's going crazy about it because he's not well, he doesn't work for that hospital. I don't know why he was there. So that, I guess that's where the story gets a little sketchy. Like, why was this doctor there and why was he called in? But I don't know. It's just, I feel bad. The poor guy is probably, like, if this turns out to be just a complete accident, that poor guy's career is over now because everybody thinks he killed Joan Rivers on purpose.
No, it's too high profile for him to keep his job.
Poor guy. Anyways, we're going to toss it to Mike now. He's going to show us how to make a quick treat through a microwave. Mike, what do you got for us?
Thanks guys, Mike Delgado here. Today I'm going to show you how you can make a delicious personal homemade brownie without all the hassle of ovens and baking pans. All you need is a microwave and a microwave-safe mug. And I already made some batter over here, and to make that, you're going to need some flour, a 1/4 cup of flour, a 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of baking cocoa, a dash of salt, 2 tablespoons of water, and 1 tablespoon of canola oil. And once all your ingredients are mixed together, be sure to mix them together nice and smooth so it looks like that. And you could also add things like chocolate chips to make it nice and gooey, or nuts or cashews. You could add whatever you want into it because, well, it's your brownie. Now, once everything's mixed together, you're going to pop it in the microwave on high for 1 minute and 40 seconds. But you may need to add or subtract some time because every microwave is a little bit different. Now, I already made one earlier, and we're going to try it. It's so good. It's so thick and rich, you wouldn't believe that it was actually made inside of a microwave. All right, there you have it, your very own brownie in a mug. Back to you guys at the piazza.
Welcome back. So we have, Carrie, why don't you talk about the next topic?
Yes,
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up
Yes.
Robin Thicke. So it came out that apparently the summer of 2013, when like Blurred Lines was huge and he was just like really coming back on the scene, he admitted to being like completely like drunk and drugged that entire summer, I guess. It came out, he said he would take like a Vicodin and a bottle of vodka every day.
My God.
That's insane.
That's
that's
so
so
that's
much.
A normal weekend, but
So I guess we understand the explanation behind the Blurred Lines music
The
video
Blurred
now.
Line-
It all
Well,
makes
that's
much
weird,
more
like,
sense.
I mean, he wasn't very famous before Blurred Lines. I remember hearing some songs of his, but
Yeah.
yeah, just to hear that he's doing that. So I didn't really know like his personality. Like I guess he was
No, but,
just
I mean-
on drugs the entire time. Like
Yeah.
whatever his real like, and his wife, what's her name, Paula Patton, or
Yeah, I think so.
ex-wife
I don't-
now, probably why she left.
Did they? Did they get a divorce?
Apparently, I remember hearing a lot on the
I mean,
radio
it makes
that he
sense
was
on
like,
why they would after.
yeah.
Just after the VMA performance with
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus alone, you would think
Yeah,
that they would get a
I think that's where it
divorce.
all started to go downhill, spiraled out of control.
Yeah, but I guess that summer was just a terrible one.
It was just a rough year for Robin Thicke.
Which is funny, just because that was like his big, like,
yeah,
break
big.
into like everyone really knowing. I mean, everyone knows Robin Thicke now.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Personally, I didn't like that song very much. I don't know.
No, well, I liked it in the beginning, and then it played.
yeah.
It's just one of those where they just
It's like
play
every
it
song.
and they play
It's
it
like
and they play
it's
it.
like Rude on the radio now.
Oh my God.
Is that,
It's
is
like they
that
take
even
a
what that
song
is
and they
called?
just shove it down your throat until everyone hates it.
You guys like this? Listen to it every day.
Listen to it 4 times a day until you hate it.
Well, we're gonna toss it over to Steph with a cool segment about the Miss America Pageant. Steph, what do you got for us?
Morning, I'm Stephanie and I'm here to give you the rundown on Miss America Pageant that took place just last Saturday. Miss New York, Kara Kotantsev, was crowned Miss America 2015. This will be the 3rd year that New York took home the title. What stood out for most views was that the talent performed by Miss New York. Inspired by the scene in Pitch Perfect, Miss New York took the stage singing Happy by Pharrell and kept the beat with a single red cup. Every contestant had to wear Tony Bow's Montage for the final night, but were allowed to wear whatever during the prelims. Our very own Miss Connecticut wore a simple but sexy black dress with a low V-neck and a high slit up the leg. Miss North Dakota wore a simply snowy white dress, which is one of my personal favorites. The dress also had a deep V neckline with the crystal detailing all on top, which flowed into a full skirt. At the crowning moment, Miss New York wore a long white gown that flared out the bottom. She simply looked stunning. This is all for today's fashion segment, and I'll see you next week.
Thanks, Steph. So, my girl Miley Cyrus is in the headlines again. This time for. So apparently Miley Cyrus was twerking and somebody was spanking her on stage with a Mexican flag and
Safe to say Mexico's not too
Mexico
happy
was
with
not
it
too
right
thrilled
now.
about it.
They apparently, I read they want our government to fine her for disrespecting their national flag or national symbol.
if we're gonna fine her for disrespecting Mexico, we should also fine her for disrespecting America at the same time.
You've disrespected everyone, just the whole North American. She just has to get Canada, and then she's good.
Yeah, she has the whole continent down.
No, I like Miley Cyrus. I feel like
like Miley Cyrus.
She
all
gets
the
so
time.
much hate.
Yeah.
But I feel like she's just trying to like. I mean, if you look at any other pop stars that are in her genre,
Yeah.
like, I mean, you look at, not that she's really in the genre, but like any pop singers. I mean, Iggy Azalea's, Nicki Minaj, Rihanna.
Yeah.
They're all pulling this same stuff. Maybe not as bad as Miley Cyrus. But I feel like she's just trying to break away from that Disney stereotype.
Exactly.
Which she's done.
Those Disney stars always take it to the next level, trying to break
Yeah.
away. Except for Hillary Duff, she didn't do anything too crazy.
Hillary. Oh, she's coming back. I'm so excited.
She's trying to come back. We'll see.
She's gonna.
Anyways, but yeah, no, I like Miley Cyrus a lot. I think
I like her too. She gets so much hate. Like she's
She
trying to
does.
be an adult in the wrong. She's going about it in bold ways.
she's a very bold individual.
But she's just trying to like. She's doing everything any other pop star is doing.
Yeah. I don't
Personal
know.
opinion, but I like her.
I still like her too.
I love her.
She's my girl.
She's great.
Till death, Miley Cyrus.
I don't know
right
if
here.
she should be spanked with a Mexican flag.
Should she really be
Mexico will be
spanked with
upset.
any flag, really? She should make a Miley flag and spank herself with it.
There we go.
Yes.
The country of Miley.
The country of Miley.
Cyrus.
We're going to send it over to a montage sketch segment.
My name is Rachel Corso. So, Michael, I whisper your name against the planted skyscrapers that line the edge of the city, like the fine white etching of my favorite black corset. My breath is taut from my ribbon-laced back, but still heats the shine surface in one faded steam circle. I kiss the inside of the slow-thinning orb just to see it linger. I kiss it like you kissed me that night you showed me Van Gogh's lips printed inside, the lowest star in the swirling blue sky above your bed. I can still feel your chest sigh into the bare blades of my curled over shoulders when your hand helped me trace the star's smooth layered ringlets. You told me how beautiful it must have been when you decided to paint it the brightest. I can still feel your teeth graze my left earlobe when I realized how much he did truly love it. Michael, can you please tell me why you let it stay hidden? It's been so long and I'm scared that all of the walls in your apartment are beginning to look vacant. Thank you.
Thanks. When we come back from commercial, we're going to have an interview, with Tanner from Montage. Stay tuned.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken with cheese for just over $4, giant cheesesteak subs, and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
Wake up, Quinnipiac! It's the morning after! Hey! Come on, guys, it's time for TMA! Let's go! What's the morning after? Mondays at 10, only on Q30! Wake up, Quinnipiac! It's the morning after! Hey! Come on, guys, it's time for TMA! Let's go! What's the morning after? Mondays at 10, only on Q30!
Welcome back. So now we're joined with Tanner from Montage. How you doing, Tanner?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Good, good.
Very good.
Good. So do you want to tell us a little bit about Montage?
Montage is the Quinnipiac's literary journal on campus. We publish work from artists, any student artists, visual art, poetry, prose, photography, everything. And we publish once a year. And this year I'm also starting an initiative to start a writer's workshop where we're taking in any creative work that's written and giving students a platform to kind of work with other students in a very low pressure situation and get feedback on their creative work.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So what do you do for Montage? Do you write poetry or do you take photos?
I'm editor-in-chief, so
awesome.
My job is to compile the journal. We take submissions starting in November, and myself and my co-editors comb through, kind of see what works with our literary journal for that year, and work with the designer and kind of have a finished magazine by the end of the year. Yeah,
that's great. We've actually been on the show before reading some poetry. I think it was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which was awesome, by the way. It was really cool.
Thank you.
How did you get the inspiration for some of those poems?
It comes from everywhere. A lot of my poetry stems from just me having to deal with something. It's a form of any form of creative expression. If you have difficulties kind of articulating something that you're thinking about a lot, or feel really passionate that you need to say, that's usually what I write about. I think the second page poem that I read was a fictitious situation with my sister, and I write about her a lot, so it's just kind of my way of representing her through fiction.
Yeah, that's great.
So what made you want to get involved with Montage?
I came to a Montage writer series my freshman year by myself, and I wrote a poem in the audience. I went up to an open mic and I read it in front of people, and I ended up making a bunch of friends that night because people are so welcoming in the art community here. I'm sure you guys have had experiences of your own. But that's kind of how I got involved, was just going up, having loads of support afterwards, even not knowing anybody in the audience. And somebody, the editor-in-chief at the time, pulled me in and said, "Hey, do you want to get involved with the editorial process?" And I said, "Sure." And it's been crazy ever since.
Yeah, that's great. Well, when do you guys meet, just for everyone, if they want to come on down?
We meet twice or bi-weekly for general meetings. We are accepting new staff positions right now, so we're trying to launch a new online platform for curating content online. I'm also working with the Writers Workshop, obviously, which is every other week. So if you're interested, you can hit up montage@quinnipiac.edu for the email. Just send me an email and I'll get back to you as soon as I get it.
Oh, awesome. How do, you said like you only do one publication per year. How long does it typically take to put the Montage magazine together?
All year.
So that's why it takes that long.
Yeah.
So it's like, what makes something good enough to be published in Montage, or like what are you looking for really?
We're not looking for any particular aesthetic necessarily. A lot of times when you get something, you're not expecting it. Well, there are pieces that have come across me in the past where my mind is just blown. I would have never anticipated somebody had turned that piece into me. So really, it's kind of. It just depends on the pool of submissions that we receive. If it's a strong piece, it's a strong piece, and we want to get it involved. And I've just heard of so many really talented writers, and I try not to go in with any expectations, basically.
Oh, well, thank you, Tanner. Thank you very much for coming down and talking about Montage. Well, that's all we have for you guys this week. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Also, if you're interested in joining the morning after, we meet Monday mornings at 9 a.m. in the Piazza. Have a good week, Quinnipiac.